down to. If you ask most Christians or most Americans if they believe the Bible, it would be way less. It would be probably like 40%. So not even half.
Wow.
Not even that binds us to Africa. Oh.
Focus, man.
Do you have any problem with religion, or is it a common thing in the U.S. say like, oh, I can't date this person because of religion?
No. So in the U.S., it's a majority Christian nation, right? It's like, let's say 75% Christian on paper, right?
Oh, yeah.
But that's more cultural. Most people aren't even really Christian like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'd say if you want to talk about like people who are actually real Christian, like if you ask them, you know, do you really believe in God, and like, do you believe the Bible, right? I guess that's what it really comes down to. If you ask most Christians or most Americans if they believe the Bible, it would be way less. It would be probably like 40%. So not even half.
Wow.
Not even half, I don't think,
Okay.
actually believe the Bible. And then if you ask how many people actually read the Bible, oh my God, then you're getting to like 20%. Maybe even 15 if you want to talk young people. If you talk older people,
yeah.
it'd be like 25.
Yeah.
You know, over 40, over 50. But if you want to talk like under 40, yeah, you're not going to get more than probably like 15%. So you're not going to have people who are generally very hardcore on like, I will only marry someone of my religion because of that, because it's not like a strong link for most people, you know. So just knowing from my experience and friends, I know that, you know, you have Christians who will date Jewish people, you have Christian people who will date Muslim, and it's not like seen like a big deal. Like maybe for our parents' generation, it would have been like, you know, kind of a controversy, but for our generation, it's less of an issue. For me personally, I feel like as long as the person is from, you know, one of they say the word Abrahamic religion, which is all the ones, you know, that come from the Torah, the Bible, or the Quran, because they all have the same foundation, right, of Moses and Abraham and everything. If they came from those traditions, I don't have a problem with any of them as far as dating, you know. Now, if they were like Buddha or something like completely different, then there would be, I think, some conflict. Yeah. Because we can't even agree on basic things, you know? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. So like, for example, you know, you mentioned, like I have an aunt and she was raised Christian and she married a Muslim guy.
Oh.
So it's not like a strange thing in America. Like, yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's an African thing.
Yeah, for sure. I understand that here it's a lot more traditional and you guys take it a lot more seriously than most of us take it. So that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I have another question.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, gosh.
And I know y'all probably looking at my socks right now like, this dude really got them tall socks on in the summertime. But let me tell you.
Didn't even notice that.
These socks are thick and they're long because of these damn mosquitoes, okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be wearing my little cute, you know, low-cut socks, okay?
Yeah.
So, no jokes, all right?
A lot of mosquitoes here.
Yeah.
That's the problem with it. Well, I don't think it's a problem because, you know, it's near the beach, lake.
Yeah, I mean.
Water with mosquito. Water. Water with mosquito is like.
Yeah, they love it.
close,
That's where they breed at, so.
Yeah, so don't worry.
Yeah, we have mosquitoes
Just be careful
in the
when you
States
come
too.
to Burundi. Don't go with malaria.
Yeah, you don't want that. I was just gonna say that, you know, mosquitoes aren't just here. Like I remember as a kid, we would go camping sometimes. Like we would go for like, I don't know, a weekend out in the woods or something, and there'd be a lake or something like that. those mosquitoes would eat me alive. They always love me more than other people. So
Maybe you have sweet blood.
it's possible. Is one on me? I have spray too, and I didn't even think to spray myself before we got out here because I was like, I'm covered on my ankles. Like, where could they actually get me? But I forgot about my veiny hands. So, yeah.
Okay, I think I have a question.
Okay.
How was life growing up in the US? And as a traveler, do you think if you were like born in Africa, you'll be like having the same mindset that you have now?
So that's a two-part question. So I'll try to speak to the second part of it. So you said if I was born in Africa, would I travel and have the same mindset? So there's actually a famous East African traveler that I followed many years ago. I won't say he inspired me to travel. He didn't. I was traveling before he had a channel. That's no disrespect to him. But he's from Kenya. And he travels the world too. You know, he's got a huge channel right now. Shout out to him. He's doing a lot of, a lot of travel. He's living out his dreams. And I remember when his channel first started, he was complaining. So this goes to your perspective part. So he was complaining when he first started traveling. And he was like, I have a Kenyan passport, like, oh, this is horrible. It's holding me back. And then I watched his channel and I'm like, dude, it's not holding you back. I think he probably overestimated, or in his mind, he felt like it was more of a struggle than it really was, because this guy's been to probably as many countries as me, and he's got an East African passport, and he made it work. So I feel like maybe certain people who grew up in this region may feel like, okay, I'm limited by what I was born into, but don't let that stop you. If you have that dream, then nothing can stop you. Like I said, this guy is a perfect example of that. If you want it, you can make a way. So, I mean, obviously, I wasn't born here, but I feel like if I had my same vision and same dream to see the world, I wouldn't let it stop me. In another life, I could be him and he could be me, and we could cross paths somewhere. So,
True.
Now, growing up in the States, what was that like? That's a huge question. We could talk for like 6 hours about that, and I don't want to put anybody to sleep, especially because probably most of the people watching this already grew up in the States, so they already know what it's like. But I'll say, being a Black American, I've heard it put this way, that it's being Black without the memory and being American without the privilege. So that, like, it's deep, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's partially true. Yes, we get some of the privilege, but we don't get the white American privilege. That's a whole nother thing that we don't get. And yes, we get this beautiful melanin, and we get to be Black, and we get to be African, but we don't have the memory and the traditions and the culture that binds us to Africa. Oh. Wait. Did it shut off? Okay. So we're still filming. Bear with me, guys. The tripod I was using, it died. It was like, nah, y'all talking too much. It's time to end it. Yeah. But let me finish my thought. What I was saying was that we don't have that same connection to this land, this part of the world, through tradition, through cultures, etc. anymore. And that's unfortunate, right? But I will say that some things are in the spirit, and they couldn't really kill the spirit no matter what they did to us. So that was passed down from our ancestors, and I wasn't born here, but I still feel a connection to the whole continent. Whether I'm in North Africa, South Africa, East, West, Central, you name it. I feel like it is a blessing that because we aren't so connected to the land in this generation, oh my God, this is a big mosquito, is that we get to be Pan-African. You know what Pan-African means?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Pan-Africanism, I feel like, is more of a concept actually for the diaspora, the Blacks who were born outside of Africa, because we've been away for so long. So we have the image of, hey, if you're not white, if you're not Asian, then you're like us and you're our brothers, right?
Yeah.
So because of that, I do feel like the entire continent kind of belongs to us in a way. It's like our birthright. Not saying we're going to take it, but I mean it as in like we belong anywhere we are on the continent. And I think a lot of Black Americans who are interested in Africa feel that way. And there are some people who say, you know, well, you guys mainly came from West Africa. You guys should only go there. And I think that's very limiting and very small-minded because you wouldn't say that to a white person. They go everywhere.
Yeah.
They go to China. They go to Japan. They go to Saudi. They go to Dubai. So why would it be any different with us? So yeah, I feel like anywhere you fit in, you have African blood. You're an African, and that's just how I look at it. It would have been nice to have been born in the continent, and I think when I have children, I will raise them in the continent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. So we talked a lot, and like I said, my stand gave up. It was like, nah, y'all talk too much. So the battery died. So I'm gonna end it like this, and just gonna say one last time, this is your guy, Jay Focus, reminding you to stay focused. Until next time, go ahead, like the video.
Of yours, this thing isn't like this. This thing isn't like this. Better than y'all. Focus, man.